Hi, I'm Angela Velasco, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of transgender and intersex individuals. Transgender, or a transgender individual, is a person who is born biologically a male and feels like he should be a female, or born biologically a female and feels like she should be a male. An intersex individual is a person born with two different sets of genitalia or genitals that don't necessarily match male or female, or something in between, but not completely female and not completely male. The existence of intersex and transsexual individuals goes back to the beginning of humanity. Intersex individuals were called hermaphrodites. Transgender individuals existed, mostly men who dressed as women and worked in prostitution. Back in the Greek times, it was very common, it was very normal for males to have sex with other males, and it has gone down throughout history that way. Only maybe in the last 200 years has it been made a problem or become an issue to have a different liking sexually that is not strictly heterosexual. Most intersex individuals define themselves as gender fluid or just plain intersex, meaning they don't define themselves, they don't identify with male or female. Rather, gender fluid, at some points male, at other points female, or intersex, with no other explanation or other gender identifier. There have been, throughout the years, there have been many different things that have been done to transgender and intersex individuals. Gender reassignment surgery, hormone therapy, intersex genital mutilation, puberty blockers for intersex individuals, and hormone therapy for intersex individuals. Many times even given from a very young age, which is quite controversial. I want to talk a little bit about this issue in Iran. Believe it or not, in Iran, transgender individuals are very much supported, and the Iranian government pays for sex reassignment surgeries for these people. Strangely enough, being gay or lesbian is illegal and is punishable by death. So the choices given are you either have a sex reassignment surgery, which not all lesbian and gays want to have. They're comfortable in their female or male bodies. They just are attracted to the same sex. I want to tell you a story about Ida Viloria. This is a quite amazing person. Ida was born intersex with a very large clitoris that looked like a very small penis. So again, biologically not male completely and not female. Ida's parents, very intelligent human beings, decided to leave Ida alone, allowed Ida to grow up and decide what was best. Ida is now a international speaker on behalf of intersex and transgender individuals, writes books, goes on television shows, just really amazing person who fights for those who have no voice. My other story is about David Reimer. David Reimer was born on August 22nd, 1965. David was a twin. Um, Sadly, the boys were taken to have, I'm sorry, it's very emotional. They were taken to have circumcisions, and David's brother got through his circumcision incredibly well. Everything was fine. Unfortunately, in David's case, they used some kind of heating object, and they managed to burn off most of David's penis. They went home with the boys. Mom had no idea what to do, was thoroughly confused. There was a television show she watched one night, and it was of John Money, famous psychologist, who was working on a theory that gender was based on nurture and nurture alone. So David's mother said, this is the guy I need to talk to. This is a person who's gonna fix this for us. Fix this for us. They took David to Dr. Money, and Dr. Money immediately said, yes, we must do a surgery on little David, and he will be a girl, and he will grow up as a girl. Money later went on to say that all his surgeries had been great and that he had seen only positive things. The reality is that it wasn't that positive. In David's case, David grew up having temper tantrums, not sleeping, bullied, made fun of, beat up, just terrible, terrible situation for David. Once he got older, he always felt he was a boy. And once he got older, he decided to have sex reassignment surgery. He had his surgery, got married, adopted the 2 girls his wife already had, but sadly was never able to overcome his history, everything he found out about and everything he went through, because a doctor decided that nurture was what worked and he could very easily become a girl. Unfortunately, in 2004, David did take his life. And this is a prime example of what happens when we as humanity decide to change or fix something that we don't understand, rather than leave it alone and let nature take its course. Let the person decide what they want to do, who they want to be. I was speaking with my son the other day. He's 19 years old. And I was asking him, what he thought about transgender and all of that. And it's funny because I said, how would you feel if, you had this friend a few years, really liked the friend, great friend, and all of a sudden his friend tells you, I used to be a girl. And my 19-year-old son looks at me and he says, I don't care, that's his problem. I guess that's how we should all feel. We just leave it alone and let nature take its course. That's always the best way to do things. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this has helped bring a greater understanding and a more open mind to things that are different. Have a good night.